Jane Fonda calls it the third act. I call it chapter 3. Many call it simply reframing of the inevitable, that we are looking for a way to make ourselves feel relevant at an age where we're not. Are you kidding me? We're diving into that today with me, Chris Spinner, on Live from the Wish House. Grab your coffee. Come on in. I recently went to a dinner party with same-age peers and like-minded people. It was actually a birthday party for a college sister who turned 65, and that was incredulous. To think I have known her all of these years. I've known her since I was 18 years old, and here we all are all of these years later. It was a great time. First, we went to a choral concert that she was part of, and that's something I never just take the time to do anymore. Simply sit and listen and nourish my soul. And that it's the holiday season added that beautiful layer of nostalgic beauty. After that, we went to her lovely home to have a dinner party, like a real dinner party with delicious appetizers and good wine and fine china. We were about 15 people, all chapter 3. And for those of you that aren't sure what chapter 3 means, it usually refers to those of us that are age 60 and up. The conversation was enlightening. The varied interest, the new projects people were starting, the new adventures people were embarking on, the books that were being read, the documentaries people were recommending. We had a group share on our takeaways from the concert, which was absolutely beautiful. We sang songs of the season around the baby grand piano, and here's the kicker. No one spent any time talking about the past. I mean, there were a few moments of reminiscing because we all came into my friend's life at different chapters in her journey. So there were a few fun Glory Days stories sprinkled in. But for the most part, we were present. We had so much to talk about that was happening now. We had so much to share, and we were being inspired by each other. And no one said to my friend, "It's your Medicare birthday." I cannot stand that term. It's your Medicare birthday. Know why? I can't stand it because it's a statement that puts a cap on you. It starts this chapter with an age reminder, and not in such a pretty way, because when you think of your Medicare birthday, you immediately conjure up pill holders and doctor visits and aging joints, and that creates a subconscious reminder that you have less time in front of you than behind you. And if that's how you start chapter 3, you are in essence giving yourself permission to throw in the towel. And slowly but surely, you're going to emotionally sink yourself into a belief system that time has passed. And before you know it, you're going to be living in a space of disappointment. And then comes the sadness, coupled with a layer of envy. Yes, envy is not only for the young. And then a view of the world that's narrow and a little frightening. We got to fix that. We owe it to ourselves. Here's my thought on aging. We are doing it from the moment we are born. There's no reversing it. We have no choice. Our intention is to have a long, fulfilling life, but we have no real control over that. I mean, yes, we can maintain a healthy lifestyle in mind and body, and that can certainly give us a leg up, but it's no guarantee. We are the ones, human beings are the ones that invented these rules about what comes along with each chapter. We're the ones who put ourselves out to pasture when we hit the third chapter. And we have plenty of friends who support that. We make the decision that we're not going to give up. We say, we're old now. A best lived life is for the young. Songs we danced to in the 70s are now 50 years old. So like us, they're old. We're old. We post memes about being old. My favorite is, if you recognize Captain Kangaroo, your knees hurt. As if your knees can't hurt at 20 or 40. I mean, it's a cute meme, but only for a quick laugh. We're either posting pictures of our glory days in our 20s, or we're not posting any pictures because we don't look like we did in our glory days in our 20s. And what's so great about our 20s? Well, I mean, seriously, I loved my 20s. It was the 80s, so what was not to love? It was chapter 1, a great and necessary part of the journey. It's where all the learning begins, all the adult learning begins. Hopefully, it's where you come to meet yourself and begin finding purpose. But chapter 3 screams to me, you can do anything you want. I mean, that's my motto that I live by at any age. But chapter 3, you have all this life lived and wisdom that you gained from the life that you've lived. You're the sage now. You're the soup that is sit on the stove the right amount of time so it's perfectly delectable. You're the fine wine that is aged so beautifully. You have the power to change what you want. Get out there. Join the book club. Take the class. Write the book. Sing the song. Do the podcast. Wear whatever you want. Not sure you like who you've become? Change it. Michelle Obama famously said you have to practice who you want to be. And I say you have to surround yourself with things, activities, people like the dinner party crew who make you feel inspired, who make you feel empowered. I heard an expression the other day. Anything you're not changing, you're choosing. So you have to own that statement. And we can own that statement at any age. So if you want to live a life with less sadness, less disappointment, less envy, get yourself a mindset that is ageless. There are limitations at any age. Start seeing yourself presently as alive. What's the saying? There's a reason your windshield is bigger than your rearview mirror. Where you're headed is more important than what you left behind. And where I'm headed is into part 2 of chapter 3. So come along with me, Chris Spinner, next on Live from the Wish House.